Welcome back to the Average Bros Fantasy Show. This week, we give thanks to those who have given the ultimate sacrifice and then jump into some of our favorite football movies as we go down memory lane and football moments. All that and more in 20 seconds. Welcome to the Average Bros Fantasy Show, brought to you by Football Darts and Fantasy Sports Alliance. I am joined, as always, with my average brother, Josh. How are you doing this evening? And I can't hear you. What'd you do?
You muted me.
You muted yourself.
No, I did. I didn't even touch my mouse or anything. I don't know why I gave you the responsibility for doing it tonight. It was so average that, like, I couldn't stand it. So,
Well, we're on par.
Since I'm supposed to be doing the rest of the intro here, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it my way. What is going on, guys? We are the Average Bros Fantasy Show, sponsored by or brought to you by Football Darts and Fantasy
See, you messed
Sports
it up.
Alliance. Well, even still, it's very above average there. I like it. Kevin, I would ask you how you're doing tonight, but I don't care.
That's real nice of you.
Before we get into our show tonight, we would like to thank our broadcast sponsor, Football Darts. Football Darts is a dart game that combines the skill of traditional darts with the strategies of American football. Kevin, get off your phone. This innovative dart game is played on a uniquely designed multiple target dartboard. It can be played in sports bars, at tailgate events, as league tournaments, or as a leisure activity in the comfort of your own home. If you would like to check out their officially licensed collegiate dartboards, go to footballdarts.com and make sure you guys use code IPlayFSA, I believe, for 30% off. Get yourself some above average dartboards. And if you guys like the show, please like, share, and subscribe to the show, and follow us on all of our social media outlets you see here at the bottom of the screen and all over the screen now. As well as check out our website, fsa-fr.com, which you can also see on the screen. And of course, please head on over and check out Brad, Josh, and Eric on the Empty Wagon Show Saturday morning at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Ooh, for a second, I thought I felt a burp coming.
Kevin, that would be like you.
Yeah, I know. Kevin, I'm handing it over to you. This whole night tonight, this whole show tonight was your idea. You sprung it on me pretty much last second. I was on break at work when you told me about this, so I will hand it over to you and let you take it away.
So first off, we just want to make sure everybody knows that there will be no show tomorrow, as our fearless leader, Brian, is out on vacation. So hope you're enjoying your time off. And I know that he would probably come up with something a little bit better to say than myself, knowing what this week is ahead of our Memorial Day weekend. And just want to remind everybody that it's not just another day off from work or a vacation, if you will. It is for us to give thanks and honor those who have given the ultimate sacrifice by serving this country. So I do want to thank all of those who have made that sacrifice and the families of those people. So thank you to them. And as Josh mentioned, we are going to lighten it up a little bit this evening, as our title of the show goes. We're going to take a trip down memory lane. So if you're out there watching with us live, please comment along. We're going to be very interactive and fun. We're going to go through our top sports movies, more football-oriented football movies, our top 5, couple honorable mentions, and then jump into some football moments as well. So, Josh, why don't you kick it off and give me your number 5 movie?
So, Shock and surprise, I don't really know that many football movies like that. Like, I know movies, but I just can't really remember them that well. Like, I haven't rewatched them that many times. So, at number 5 for me, it's actually going to be a non-football movie, and it was absolutely hilarious. I know you know me just as much as I know me, and you know that I love comedy movies and movies that will absolutely make my sides hurt. So that's why at number 5, I'm bringing in Dodgeball. I mean, and every time I think about Dodgeball, I just think about the scene with skills that when they're playing skills that kills, and
Yeah,
like
they just
the
break.
play,
They're backing up dancing.
they're just
They're
break
not even trying
dancing.
to play.
Yeah, yeah, they're just break dancing across the whole floor, and they're not even trying to play. That's the number one thing I always think about whenever I think about that movie.
Yeah, for me, at number 5, I did keep mine all football related. So for me, at number 5, uh, it's going to be The Water Boy. I mean, how can you not put an Adam Sandler movie in the list? Absolutely hilarious, and gives homage to our Angry Commish T-shirt that we came out with. Got to make sure we get that in there. Jenna checks in with us, saying hello. Jenna says, "If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball."
Well, I could tell you that he could not dodge a wrench. Took one right to the head.
It's because you don't expect somebody to say that as you're playing dodgeball.
I
He
think
just looks
I
up,
think
what? He
I
gets
think what was
smacked.
more impressive about that scene, and I understand that, it's a movie, but is the fact of how just spot on he was. Just quickly grabs a wrench, chucks it, and directly just gets a headshot on somebody. It was hysterical. There were so many points in that movie that were just funny altogether.
Yeah, I think that going over to the Water Boy definitely would be a fantasy favorite if he was on defense. Picking up in an IDP. Just
Oh,
imagine the carnage.
oh my goodness, definitely. Definitely. I mean, the only thing crazier than how he plays football is just the fact that it's number 5 on your list. I'm definitely interested to see what you have above that movie. It is absolutely hysterical, football related, and it has Adam Sandler in it.
Yes, as you know, near and dear to my heart. So
What movie do you have at number 4?
for me at 4, I have Invincible with Mark Wahlberg featuring Vince Papale of the Philadelphia Eagles. Takes a step back in time when there was a couple other options in the league before the NFL. It hadn't really kicked up to speed just yet. Tells a story of an older player coming into the league and living out his lifelong dream of playing for the Philadelphia Eagles, who was his hometown team. And now I believe it's his son is in the league. I forget which team he is with now, but overall, good, just a good story.
So it was based on a true story.
Yeah, based on a true story. I believe the Philadelphia Bell and the Yellow Jackets that we have in Foxtrot both tied to that um, in some shape or form. I forget exactly where the line is from the movie to real life story, so you'll have to go up and read up on it.
Yes, yeah, like I said, I definitely don't know that many football movies, but like for like
Uh,
that one, for instance, I mean, I like Mark Wahlberg, but I don't know the movie.
So the basis of the movie is the Philadelphia Eagles are so bad, and the NFL isn't really coming up with players out of the draft with everything going on in the world. So they hold an open tryout. So people of all walks of life come on to try out, and this 40-year-old guy goes through the tryouts and ends up making the team as more of like a special teams player, wide receiver, utility guy.
Well, for me, at my number 4 spot, we take a step back from the professional football and we travel on down the list here. And at number 4, I will say that I have Division 3 on my list. One of the movies that I can't really remember, word for word on, but there definitely are some moments in there that completely stuck with me. And I know you and I were talking about it before the show. Definitely holds one of our popular sayings that we like to say, get some,
Yeah, if you take a look at the
get
movie, it's just
some.
absolutely hilarious start to finish, and the whole basis of the quarterback situation throughout the movie. I mean, saying that what better job could you have than a Division 3 backup quarterback? I mean, you get the notoriety of being on a football team, but don't have to practice and just get to go party. And then in steps this absolutely insane head coach, stabbing people with yard markers, throwing bikes into bushes. Just overall funny, top to bottom. Who do you have at your number 3, sir?
So number 3, I've watched this movie maybe like 5 to 7 times, and I just absolutely love it. I love the plot for it. I love the meaning behind it. And it's Gridiron Gang, has Dwayne Johnson in it. I I mean, I know he was actually a real football player too, so I mean, I don't know why he didn't
Opposed
stay
to a
in.
fake football player?
Well, I mean, yeah, in the game plan, but I mean, I don't know why he didn't stick with football. The man would
So
absolutely kill somebody.
he had a shoulder, and I believe it was shoulder and knee injuries. He came out of Miami after, I believe, winning a
Mm.
national championship, got hurt, uh, couldn't get a role within the NFL. He went to the Canadian Football League and then phased out of that to the WWE.
Which turned into a very, very long career, and then which turned over into many, many movies, which turned into Gridiron Gang.
Yes.
But yeah, I definitely love the movie. Just you know, The Rock or Dwayne Johnson starting a football program in a jail to try and help turn felons into giving them something to do, and then when they get out of jail, giving them something to look forward to if they could actually get into school or like get into football. Because I believe there actually was like 1 or 2 guys from that movie who actually did get into football afterwards.
Yeah, that was another movie based on a true story,
Hmm.
um, of a correctional center football team, and then it gave the it gave the characters who the movie was based on, the people who the movie was based on, their backstories at the end. A couple of them had gone to college and played football and gotten degrees, and then yeah, it's about a 50-50 split. The others had returned to their former life, um, of crime or killed. So
Yeah. What are we at number 3? Yeah, we're at number 3 for you. I'm interested to see what else is above Waterboy.
So for me at 3, I put a movie called Greater. This is about, I believe this is a offensive tackle for the Colts. It was a guy whose whole life was told that he would never be really all that great at football, but a bigger kid, obviously being a lineman, had issues with his eyes, issues with his weight, and just a really, really hard worker. Put in the time in the weight room, and then therefore after on the field, and unfortunately became ill and did not play in the NFL. I don't believe he played it down after being drafted. Um, and the whole time throughout the movie, him and his family just said that there's a greater purpose to life than football, and if it's God's will, then you'll push through and do what's meant to you. And it kind of stuck with a lot of the team, and kind of pushed them through um, seasons to come. So just an uplifting movie, a good story overall.
I love how a lot of these movies are based on true stories. A lot of interesting stories out there to be discovered through the form of a movie.
So on
Who
to
you
your
got?
number two.
On to my number two. Okay, my
Yeah,
number
your number.
two.
Because
We're
I,
gonna
'cause I
get
know
this.
it. Because I know it's here. We talked a little bit, off air. I already know what's here, so we'll get this Band-Aid ripped off.
Yeah, we'll get this Band-Aid, patched up and then ripped off again because it was already removed at number 5, which is still crazy. I have Waterboy at number 2. I I love Adam Sandler's movies. I love all of them. Probably one of my favorite actors. Just absolutely hysterical when paired with the right, actors around him. So easily number 2 for me.
My mama said that alligators are so angry because I got all in them teeth, but no toothbrush. Absolutely hilarious. Uh, at 2 for myself, I have another Adam Sandler movie. Hard not to put this on the list. Hard not to put this at number 1, but a close edge there in The Longest Yard. At number 2, my auction team name, and I know that yours is tied to this movie as well. I Am the Mean Machine.
Yes, he is the Mean Machine, and I will be known as the Guards because we all know that there is a undying rivalry between us, no matter where we take our matchups to, our competitiveness to. And since you brought up The Longest Yard, I feel like we should just get my number 1 movie out of the way, my number 1 football movie, which is definitely The Longest Yard, another Adam Sandler movie, and then just all the different characters in that movie are absolutely hysterical. The jokes that were thrown in there were just it was unbelievable. I remember when I first
Yeah, and
saw it. But
just a star-studded movie too. I mean, so many different combinations and of walks of life. You have NFL stars, current and former. You've got Nelly, who plays a running back.
you have wrestlers in there.
Yeah. Well, most of the wrestlers did play football. As Steve Austin, Stone Cold, he did play football. Goldberg did play football. Both of Goldberg was on the Vikings, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
or one of those teams. Yeah, I know he was in the NFL. I might be mixing him up with Brock Lesnar, but the Vikings portion anyway. Terry Crews was in the NFL. He was a Philadelphia Eagle.
Terry Crews, Michael Irving. Trying to think of who
You
I know.
can't forget about Brucey.
The best backup to ever live. Shouldn't have
Yeah.
had that
Why,
popcorn.
why can't I start? Here, catch. That's why.
This is awkward silent of who's going to read the comment.
Nobody.
And
We
of
have
course, my
Josh's mama.
see, I knew
Popper.
this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. We were both just going to end up talking. Yeah, yes, my mama pops in, says, waves at us through the screen with 3 hearts, 3 smiley faces, saying, "Hi guys, we're getting Dairy Queen," with a smiley face, ice cream emoji, and a tongue sticking out emoji. Where's my ice cream? And second of all, I'm glad that you could make it here. I'm glad that you could check your phone and see that I texted you that the show was live. Glad to have you here. If you were following us on Twitch at fantasy_sports_alliance and turn the notifications on, you'd get a notification that we went live. I mean, but that's just me.
Mic drop right there.
Yeah. Mic drop. I can take this off.
For me, my number 1, the jersey that I'm wearing, the Washington Sentinels, from the replacements, Keanu Reeves playing Falco at quarterback.
Who called her
I don't know
what?
I don't know what we called her.
I don't know.
Absolutely hilarious movie, and the reason why I put it number one above those others on my list is just the whole purpose behind the movie. You get a team of replacements, a ragtag team of just pure athletes that go out and have nothing to play for, play through the lockout when these stars are trying to play for some kind of money and holding out for more money, and they go out and get a win and play just for the love of the game and for each other as teammates. Um, just something that I value overall when I'm looking at a team in general, not just being selfish, not trying to get the big bucks. And on top of it, it is hilarious.
Remember, Kevin, you got to survive.
I
I
will
will
survive.
survive. And my mom tells us that apparently we called her Twitch.
Oh, something that's similar to Twitch. Rhymes is what she's referring to, trying to be funny.
Hey, we
But
keep it
apparently the
PG here.
blonde in you didn't get the joke. As you stare at me. All right, so that wraps up our movie lists. As we move forward, we're going into favorite football moments. I've got 5 written down here, but probably have about 7 total. Yeah, 7 that I could throw up on the list. As we kick it off, Josh, who do you have first?
Oh man, so many different moments to pick from. I think I'm gonna get the the ugly out of the way. Moments don't have to always be good. I mean, they can just be things that stick in your head for years and years and years to come. And yes, after all, he is average, very average. So, like I said, moments don't always have to be positive moments or positive memories. So, at number 5, or my first memory that I'm going to go with is the Minneapolis Miracle. I know that I want to stray away from being called like just picking New Orleans things here, even though it is New Orleans related. But I remember exactly what I was doing, how I was standing, where I was, like when this moment happened. It was crazy. It was ridiculous, jaw dropping.
This is the PI game, right?
No, this is not the PI game.
Oh, this is the year before.
This is New Orleans scores the go-ahead touchdown. They're up by like 3 points, and everybody thought they were going to win. There was like 20 seconds left in the game. Minnesota got the ball, started doing some things, and we had a young rookie safety completely miss Diggs, and Diggs trots into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown in literally the final seconds of the game.
You sound so upset just talking about it. It's heartbreaking.
Every time I've seen it, like I don't physically go out of my way to look it up, but like every time I see the video, it literally like makes my heart rate go up just because of how upset I was.
Stan checks in with us saying, what's up, Stan? Thank you for hopping on and joining in with us. We are talking football moments, our favorite moments of years past. Josh obviously bringing up the miracle of what could have been for New Orleans. Eric saying, get a load of these guys. Eric, how are you? How is the fam?
To be fair, with New Orleans losing and then Minnesota going on losing to Philly, we were a part of the making of the Philly special.
Whatever makes you sleep at night.
I mean, I barely sleep at night as it is, so I need all the help I can get.
For me, at 5, I'm going to put the first full football game that I had ever watched. What got me into the sport in general was the first Super Bowl against the Eagles and the Patriots. Uh, so much drama around it. That's T.O. going over to the Eagles. You've got what's supposed to be partying the night before, McNabb throwing up in his own helmet, T.O. playing with a sprained ankle, and then, obviously Tom Brady getting his third ring, the Patriots getting 3 out of 4 on the leg of Adam Vinatieri, the probably, I would say, top 5 kickers of all time, one of the leading scorers of all time. Definitely one of my favorite moments, just to kick off my love for the sport and the Patriots in general.
Well, speaking of the Patriots, like I said, I wanted to try and get some moments in there that weren't really New Orleans related. So my second moment that I would like to bring up is going to be, and I'm upset that Sean's not here because I know he'd like to hear this one. 28-3, which is the lead that Atlanta had over the Patriots in one of the previous Super Bowls. And of course, actually, and this is actually a fun fact. I still have the screenshot of this. Prior to the Super Bowl, I was texting Kevin, and one of us asked each other what our predictions were for the Super Bowl. And I said 34-28. This was before the Super Bowl. And then Super Bowl happens. It took me a little bit to notice it. I went back into my text messages with him and saw it. And I was absolutely just mind blown because I should have bet on the game. I would have been a rich man.
Your mom says she remembers that when McNabb tossed his cookies in his helmet. I thought it was that Campbell soup. I could be wrong. Yeah, I definitely remember the Falcons game. We had a bunch of people over. I had to leave the room, getting frustrated watching what was happening, and then what a tale of two halves. Could not believe that a comeback was actually being mounted. But what was funny is that the entire time, no one ever really doubted, or well, I should say, no one ever really believed in the Falcons that they could pull it off. Not more so, they wanted Brady to lose, but they knew that it wouldn't be easy just to put him out and they would roll over. So to watch that comeback happen was actually unbelievable. And if you remember, one of the plays that led to the turn was Julian Edelman kicking a
Oh my
ball
goodness.
to himself and like catching it on his foot.
Yeah. Wait, no. That was the one where it was underthrown to him and he came back and made the diving catch.
Yeah. There was that play as well where his finger was basically the only thing separating it.
What player are you talking about? Him kicking a ball?
The same game, he caught it. He caught a ball basically like laying down that hit his foot and in.
Are you sure that wasn't the Seattle Patriots Super Bowl?
I'm sure.
When
Sure.
when the ball bounced off Lockett's foot and Lockett caught it?
No, I'm sure.
I feel like you're crazy. I do not remember such a play. I remember somebody catching a football off of their butt.
Yes, I remember that too.
the buttception.
Yes.
All right, yeah. Enough New Orleans talk. I can't keep
honorable mention. How about the touch interception? The first week of the replacement referees. I believe it was Green Bay. It might have been Green Bay, Seattle, to win the game. Aaron Rodgers throws the Hail Mary, and they both come down with the ball. Refs look at each other. One saying interception, one saying touchdown.
Because they both had the ball, and then like they're just trying to rip it from each other, and Yeah, I remember that. One ref's going like this, one ref's going like this. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that was week one of the replacement refs. The refs were doing a holdout to try to
Mhm.
get more money and benefits and stuff like that from the NFL. And they're like, fine, we'll just get these scrubs in here. And then you get that.
They
Right?
they
They
called
can't
up
even make a call.
they called up the refs from the Pee Wee leagues.
Yeah. It's like, guys, you know the rules? I don't know what we do here.
The one guy's like, you remember the rules? The other guy's like, there are rules.
Yeah. Uh,
One ref's like, wow, that's a big kid.
yeah.
He's
How
got to
old are
clean
you?
up his.
Where's your parents? We're
Geez, somebody eats their vegetables.
talking about movies, shades of what was it, bench warmers, where the guy has a $20 bill inside of the it says I am 12 in crayon, and he's drinking the tequila.
Oh yeah, When they when
They bring in the picture. It's like I am 12.
oh yeah, they wanted to see his birth certificate.
Yes.
It's got a 20 in it, and it says in crown, I am 12.
Although we have a birthday shout out, Josh's grandma turned 69 this Sunday. Happy birthday! And we move on to our list as we go to number 4 on the moments I have written out here. It is a Super Bowl, but not one that features either one of our teams. Um, More so sticking with the theme of average brothers as we watch the Hardball brothers face off against each other. The 49ers versus
Oh,
the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
when
And
uh when they lost power.
yeah, the lights go out. It was just a huge fiasco. Um, Now Philadelphia Eagle, after being a journeyman for a while, local to where me and Josh grew up in New Jersey. Joe Flacco, living 5 minutes from my house, being Super Bowl MVP. So, and then just being both um, into sports and growing up playing all kinds of sports. Me and Josh usually being on the same team. Now watching two brothers play against each other in the NFL at the coaching level. Just kind of cool to see. And, we kind of put ourselves in those shoes to see what we would have liked or what we would have done if that was the case and watching it play out. Um, Obviously,
I
one
know.
seeing more success than the other.
I know what I would have done. I would have paid the
What lost?
electric bill.
Yeah,
No, I would have paid the electric bill. Jeez, that's
I always
embarrassing.
I always thought about that biggest stage, and I believe it was during the game, like as it was switching halves, right? Like during a timeout or something
Yeah,
like that.
it
It
was
would have
like
been
at
funnier if it was
halftime.
during a play.
Oh my goodness, if it was like Hail Mary, last play of the game, lights go off, and
Yeah.
it was an
If that's the
interception, the
case,
guy's in the other end zone.
if that was the case, not gonna lie, I would just tuck and run. Like you guys can't see me. I'm just booking it to the end zone.
No, I'm saying like while like Flacco already threw the ball.
Yeah.
It's like a Aaron Rodgers type of Hail Mary from like his 40-yard line, 60 yards to the
Yeah.
end zone. And then as the ball's in the air, lights go out. Lights come back on, boom,
Yeah.
end of the game.
Well, to be fair, Flacco's used to throwing them anyway, so interceptions that is.
I mean, it would have. I mean, I don't know how he is on his throw power. Does Flacco have
It's
a
not
big arm
bad.
like that?
Yeah, his throwing power is not bad.
Is it
It's just
still not bad?
he's not that accurate.
Oh
Is
yeah.
he?
So then, basically, the fans in the stands better watch out. They're gonna
Yeah,
get a football to the face.
a duck.
All right.
What do we got
So
next on your list?
on my list, I'm just gonna prepare you guys. It's all New Orleans things. I'm just gonna get that out of the way now. The first one actually is pretty iconic. And And it pretty much just shows how different New Orleans offense can be, with bringing Taysom into the schemes of things, basically just telling him to play football. And, when this happened, it was definitely something that was out there. And it is going to be the second half onside kick coming out of the halftime break. No need to do it. I don't think there was any lead or there was literally no reason to do it. Just comes out, kicks an onside kick, and they get it.
You're
Absolutely
referring
crazy.
to the Super Bowl?
Yes.
I didn't realize that Taysom was on that team.
No, not then. I'm just saying how from then till now, it like that point there, and then having like Taysom on the team at this point, it just shows how out there New Orleans offense can be.
Oh, I was going to say.
And apparently we're getting updates about Dairy Queen being closed at 9. Remember, people, Dairy Queen closes at 9.
Yeah, we're being live tweeted about Dairy Queen trip.
So they're getting Rita's instead.
Yeah,
which I
just
mean,
in case.
I like Rita's. I like the frozen
Yeah.
or the custard, whatever it's called. And going off of that, just to get my fourth moment out of the way, it's just going to be the fact that they won that Super Bowl. Shoot, I was like, what was this, 2010 when the Super Bowl was?
Yeah.
So I was 10 years old. I remember I was at my grandma's house upstairs in the bedroom, just bouncing off the bed and everything, because literally that season, the beginning of that season, I said, okay, I'm going to be a Saints fan after choosing every other team, saying I like them because of their uniforms or whatever. But I decided I was going to be a Saints fan, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So I was ecstatic, and definitely a memory I won't forget.
She says that you need to go on a diet, that you can't have any ice cream, that I get some.
I am already on a diet. It's called work and sleep.
Huh.
And average bros once a week.
Next.
And of course, I'm getting hit with the cough bandwagon. Vikings was the best. Yes, I was a fan of the Vikings. I liked the purple uniforms, the purple and the gold. Now I like black and gold. I mean, the bandwagon, that was good. That was good enough for like the first 2-3 years, but
I don't think we ever told Brian about your Jets phase.
Yes, there was a Jets phase. That was back in Pennington days.
Yeah, when they won the division with him.
I believe there was Jets. There was like Dallas. That's because you're a Dallas fan. So she tried, but I knew that it's been since the 90s.
95.
Yeah, it's been since I wasn't even alive yet. I can't get behind a team that hasn't won a Super Bowl since I was born.
I wonder if she still has their Super Bowl or their last Super Bowl win on VHS. Might be a fun one to rewatch.
Oh my goodness.
As we're speaking about the Jets, we'll move on to my next moment. And that would be a Thanksgiving Day feast. Not only do we get a nice healthy helping of turkey, but we also get the infamous butt fumble.
There it is.
It just keeps giving. You pick it up, runs. This is Mark Sanchez runs into his own player's butt, fumbles the ball, and it goes back for a touchdown. Like, how could you just be so stupid? How do you even let go of the ball is my question. To run into your own player is one thing, but then hit them hard enough in the rear to lose the ball.
That's some buns of steel right there.
Yeah. and he was knocked to the ground too.
That, well, see what had happened was prior to the game, he decided to go see a movie. There was a new movie coming out. He's seen all the trailers. He loved it. He loved everybody in it. Goes to see the movie. While he's at the movie, gets a nice big tall drink, big Coke. Man's having a little cheat day. And you know what comes with a big Coke on a cheat day? He has all that popcorn with a bunch of butter in it. So the ball just slips out like it's all greased up.
It was absolutely astonishing how you can drop a ball like that. But we thank him. I believe that was back when the ESPN had not top 10. So they would run two lists, the top 10 plays of the week and then the worst 10 plays of the week. And they actually had to retire that play because what they would do at the end of the month is all their top 10 plays, the top 4 that were of each week would be voted on for play of the month. And that got voted for the entire year as worst play to happen, to where they just stopped voting on it and put it in the Hall of Fame for plays because they knew nothing could ever beat a butt fumble.
I was about to say, I think that's actually kind of rewarding for if I was Sanchez, I would be I would feel rewarded. I would feel proud about that to win like best worst play for a whole year. That's impressive. Is that all your moments?
No, I've got 2 more. What else do you have? Did you go through all of yours?
I have one more.
Okay, so I'll give my next one then. My next one is the Super Bowl interception. Beast mode, no go. Seattle supposed to be going for the go-ahead touchdown to win another. I believe it would have been back-to-back for them after they beat the Broncos the year before.
Yeah.
They beat the Broncos the year before. They are on the 2-yard line. You have Marshawn Lynch. Everybody knows what's coming until they don't. And they throw the ball to Malcolm Butler, who was a nobody before then, makes one amazing play, and then leaves, gets paid good money to go be a second-rate corner someplace else.
Was it Tennessee?
Yeah, that's where he was last, yeah. But I will say that Tom Brady got MVP of that Super Bowl, and they gave him a truck. He gave the truck to Malcolm Butler.
Oh.
So he does have a heart.
Well, that's because Brady doesn't need it. Anytime Brady wants something, Brady wants a nice shiny new toy, his wife just gets it for him.
Oh, you watch what you say about Giselle. She's a nice lady.
Goodness. You're just jealous of Giselle because she gets to sleep next to Tom Brady every night.
And what's the problem with that? What do you have as your number one?
My number one moment. It happened pretty recently, not too far back, like, us winning our first and only Super Bowl. It would happen. How am I supposed to say this? It would have happened, or I don't know. It happened on October 8th, 2018. I remember it in the back of my head. Very special day. Very glad that I was able to watch it live. And it would definitely be the game moment time that Drew Brees broke the career passing yards record. Passing Peyton Manning did it in fewer games than him, I believe by like 10 or 12 games than him. And it was on a touchdown play. I believe it was like a 40-yard touchdown pass to none other than the man, the myth, the legend, the absolute trademark of the Average Bros. He is on a t-shirt for the Average Bros, which if I wasn't so tired or lazy, I would have the shirt on right now. But it was to Traquan Smith. Definitely a great cap to what has already been a amazing career for him. And like I said, definitely grateful to be able to watch it live.
Do you think Mikey's jealous he couldn't catch it?
I mean, it'd be different if Thomas was like there for longer. I mean, I think Thomas was only in the league for like 2-3 years. I feel like if you would have said like Marcus Colston, it would have been
Well, yeah.
more of a bigger deal because Colston was there for a while, or Reggie Bush if Reggie Bush wanted it. But definitely great record for him to break. Just pretty unfortunate that Tom Brady's going to be selfish McGee over there, and just have to go and break it this year.
Yeah, I think as I mentioned before we went on air, if Brady holds the same average yards per game that he held last year, he is set to break the record this year against the Patriots, which I think will be fun.
Not looking forward to it.
I wish I could go to the game if the tickets weren't $2,000 a piece.
It's probably because I know that's the game that it's going to happen at. I mean, that and the fact that he's just going back to Foxborough.
Well, yeah, it's his first game back, and I bet you so there's some fans that are still rooting for him over the team.
Actually, yeah, that's the question that I want to ask you. During that game, are fans is there going to be a majority of booers, or is there going to be a majority of cheers?
My guess is cheers. I mean, he's given so much to the team and to the city that you can't really boo a player like that.
Still left.
Yeah, I mean,
he's still left.
Imagine it if say a Reggie Bush left and came back, they would cheer him.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple people that have left and then visited back, but none that were really big like that. I mean, we got rid of Brandon Cooks, we got rid of Jimmy Graham. Shoot,
and none that were too big names for you guys.
Yeah,
that had
the only real big
for that long.
Right now. The only real big names that we have is Thomas, not Breeze anymore, and Kamara.
Yeah,
and
all the other big
Traquan
names
Smith,
are on
of
the
course.
defensive side of the ball.
And
my last moment that I've got involves the gentleman that Breeze had taken the record from in Peyton Manning. A little bit of a combination. My topping moment is when both Manning brothers had retired. Glad to see those guys leave and stop.
Oh my goodness. I can understand Eli, but I mean,
I hate both of them. So I respect both of them as players, but from a competition standpoint, I don't want to play either one of them.
Why?
I'd rather face
because New York is apparently New England's kryptonite.
Yes.
and Peyton's just Peyton. It's the power of the forehead.
Yeah. That guy's got so much knowledge in that forehead. How could you beat it?
He breaks he breaks the 200 IQ barrier.
Yeah.
All he does to break the barrier is just give it a good old Omaha.
Yeah, Mama Bear checking in saying he is funny in the Nationwide commercials. I don't even laugh at those.
I did when he had the city. He was like giving the people backstories and everything. He's like, "Oh, look at Miss So and So over there getting her mail. She's a teacher." Like he gave them backstories. And prior to that comment, she says Matt Prater's field goal, 64 yards in 2000 something. It was a while ago. I mean, kickers are people too, but he's not no Adam Vinatieri or Young Hui Koo.
I believe that's been tied. Right?
I remember somebody tied it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, 63 and 64, I believe, have been tied. Nobody's hit over it, though.
Well,
as you jump into the stat guy mode.
Oh Mhm.
I believe was it the Eagles kicker did it, Cody Parkey. No, sorry, that was
Oh,
their. I forget if it was.
uh, Graham. I think it's Graham Gano. A record set by Matt Prater on. It was 2013. The previous record was 63, originally set by Tom Dempsey,
Yeah, I know that's been tied a few
and then
times.
matched by Jason Elam, Janikowski, David Akers, Graham Gano, and Brett Maher or Meyer. Um, actually, actually, I don't think anybody tied it.
Hmm. I thought it had been tied. Yeah, David Akers, he was a kicker for I believe the 49ers and the Eagles.
Yeah, nobody tied it yet. Tom Dempsey with the Saints. He was the oh yeah, no, he was the one that had to have the special cleat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, wasn't he like the half a foot?
Yeah,
It
he
was like
had
a
like no
weird
big toe or something. Is that all for your moments?
that is all for me. Why don't you wrap it up for us?
All right, time for me to get my speaking lungs here. Uh I know that we aren't really talking about schedules right now because of the off season and scrounging things to talk about each week is getting hard to do each week. We aren't really talking about schedules, are we?
We are not, plus with vacations popping up. We will try to get something out to you guys formally on Discord about our next broadcasts in the coming week and
Hmm.
keep you guys posted.
Definitely. Uh, but like always, if you guys are unable to check us out live whenever we do go live next, or if you guys just want to look back on some of our other episodes, I mean, like for instance, last season when we were doing our top dogs, our winners, our losers, you guys can get gauges on who is good throughout the league, who is bad throughout the league. So if you guys want to do that, you can catch us on Ankle, Anchor, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, anywhere you can find us for your listening pleasures. And of course, thank you guys for watching the Average Bros Fantasy Show, sponsored by Football Darts and Fantasy Sports Alliance. If you like the show, please like, share, and subscribe to the show and follow us on all of our social media outlets that you can see everywhere. I'm not even going to keep mentioning it. You guys know it's everywhere. Before we head out, I want to thank all of our sponsors: QB54, Monkey Knife Fight, Nature Coast Tailgating, Cranky Veteran Candle Company, Shalamel's Boutique, Finger Lakes Mercantile, Southern Sirens, Sugar Scrub, Redwood Durables, and of course the Recasts, who are the official music of FSA. Kevin, any final words?
Not from myself. Everybody have a great rest of your night and a nice long weekend. Enjoy it with your families. Remember those who have sacrificed for you to do so.
Definitely. Um, I don't really know what to say that isn't just going to reiterate what you said. Make sure you guys are just thankful for what you do have. There are definitely a lot of countries out there that don't have what we have, and and just the military being there for us. I don't know. I love the military. Go USA. Everybody, have an amazing night and stay average.